And we have 80 animals on board. We have 70 dogs and 10 cats that are all coming today into Safe Hands Animal Rescue. So good job, everybody.
Through animal rescue, rehabilitation, foster care, and adoption, Safe Hands Rescue is working towards a world where all cats and dogs have a safe and loving home. We primarily partner with overcrowded shelters in areas with a large number of stray, abandoned, and unwanted animals. We bring hope and second chances for animals and people. But not all dogs in need make it to a shelter for help. We've been trying to catch this family of dogs living at an abandoned mine for the past 6 months. We were working at a shelter in Kentucky when we first heard about them. The coal miners fed them when the mine was open, but the mine had closed. The people they depended on were no longer around. They only had each other now. When we found them, they were friendly and so happy to see us. Then we looked closer and saw their hunger, worry, and sadness. Every day for them was a struggle just to survive. We fed them from our hands, but they were too timid and we couldn't catch them. We had to leave without them. But we could not forget them, so we came back. We worked to gain their trust. We tried several ways to catch them, but nothing worked. Then we met a logging crew who helped out. They set up an enclosure we could use as a trap. We needed to get them used to eating inside it, so we brought in our secret weapon, Miss Becky.
The end of May this year, Lynn asked me if I would go up with them and see where they were located, and I did, and was just amazed that they've been able to find these dogs. And anytime that Lynn or anybody with Safe Hands calls for anything, I'm there. Probably 5 times since the 1st of June have I not went every day. They were fearful, but it didn't take long until they let me pet them, and they depended on me. We definitely have a bond that will always remain.
The phenomenon of coal mine dogs dates back as long as there have been mines. Coal mine dogs are dogs that live at coal mines, that are fed by miners. They have companionship, they are cared for. The fate of those dogs is tied to the fate of those miners. And when coal mines shut down and people become unemployed, they are no longer able to take care of the dogs in the same way. That leaves these dogs needing help.
The last time we were here, we got one of the dogs, but 2 of the dogs were gone. We know one was hit by a car, and one had just disappeared. That leaves Jack, Lexi, Martin, and Henry still out here. Jack needs medical help, and we don't want to lose him too. We need to bring them home. Actually, so that's the other building. Those were the 2 buildings they were living in.
Martin!
After searching all day, we finally saw the dogs. Now that we found them, we needed to make our plan.
Dan took the other 2, we would never get him.
Really stretches, and finally he goes in.
And then he eats and he turns back around, and I said,
We had Lexi and Jack in there for quite a long time.
I know Martin will follow Miss Becky in the pen, but I'm not sure that Henry will. And we'll have a limited amount of time once they're in there, because once they get full, they'll start to leave.
Get them all in the pen.
Yeah.
Hi, Lexi. Hi, Martin. How are you guys doing? Here you go, baby. Want a hot dog? Here you go. Here you go. Here you go, Martin. Hi, you guys. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on, baby.
I don't think we can wait any longer for Henry. We have to close the pen, or we're going to risk losing them all.
It's okay, buddy.
Hey, come here. You might want to think you might need to get him out of here.
So, Becky, stay where you are. Put the opening of the crate between Becky and Jack.
Come on.
Come on, Martin.
Here you go. Put him in. They won't ever have to sleep in the bushes again.
Seeing these dogs on Facebook and hearing their story, I think I cried every single time a dog got in a crate. It was a celebration. It was a sigh of relief. I wanted to hug them all. Like, the emotion was just unreal because they've been striving for this for so long.
They know they're safe. I don't know how they know that, but they just do. Today is our last real full workday employed. With our time in Kentucky running thin, most of the rescue team stays to continue work at a local shelter. But a few of us decide to go back to the mine and try one more time to get Henry. Any evidence that he went in there at all?
No,
And he didn't.
nothing. And I just prayed we're gonna lose him.
We will not give up. We are going to keep trying, Miss Becky.
We decided not to have the 3 dogs that were rescued from the mine come in. They really acclimated very nicely to life in the hotel room. I think they really trust Lynn, so they're going to go back with Lynn to her house.
Okay, buddy. Okay, Jack. It's okay, my boy. They finally feel safe, but now they're afraid to go back outside. Outside was scary and bad. They need to learn to trust. They need medical care, and they're going to need a lot of love. We've got them now. Welcome to Minnesota, my boys.
Anywhere life takes us to.
your opinion about separating them?
When they have a bond like this, and it's as difficult as it is for them to be with new people, separating them, even having 2 dogs in one house and one in the other, means that one dog is going to be left behind.
I mean, that's what I really worry about, is what does it do to that dog who doesn't get to stay together? Their family, and taking them away from each other,
The best choice for them, from my perspective, would be trying to place the 3 of them together. And I realize that's a big ask, and I'm not saying it can happen, but that would be the ideal outcome for them. So when you're talking about rehoming these 3 dogs and potentially separating them, I very much feel it, and I don't think that you're wrong to say that it will be a very difficult transition.
After everything they've been through and seeing them out there on their own, and we promised them an amazing life, and I want to give that to them. I just worry that if one of them is not with the others, or if they're all apart, that they're never going to have the life they can have together.
We both know that finding a home for all 3 is really challenging, but it's really about what's best for them.
I think they're so dependent on each other, and they love each other so much, and it rips my heart out thinking about taking them away from each other.
Yeah, well, and from what we've always known them together, I can't even imagine them being apart.
We had lost both our boys in the fall, and we thought in January we were ready, and we went to a meet and greet for Safe Hands. And I talked to Lynn that day, and she said, "Do you want to see the Mine Dogs?" And something went off in my head, and Mike and I said, "Yeah, we do." It was pretty much love at first sight. Oh my guys! Oh, such
look, Jackson, oh, look at that!
Oh,
Good job, You're so
Yeah.
Come on, Jack.
When we first met the Mine Dogs, my instinct is, what can I do to help this? And you could see they wanted to trust people. Whatever happened with these dogs, they needed to have a home forever.
We could be their new beginning, and we could give them everything that made everything better forever for them.
And their bond with each other is just heartwarming. I mean, they're a family. They are a family. We wanted them to become part of our family. It didn't take much when we started talking about it. We needed to take all 3. We needed to keep this family together. They just light up the whole house.
The Mine Dogs have made this house home again. They make us happy. They make us laugh. Their best lives are together. We've been a part of the Safe Hands family for 13 years. And I could say it's by far the best experience we've ever had. You need to give generously and help where you can. If you can't physically help, that's okay. If you can't foster, that's okay.
I think it's important to support this organization because they take so many dogs that have just no hope, no future, and give them what every dog deserves, which is a chance to find happiness.
Jack, Martin, and Lexi are safe and happy now. Stories like these are what you make possible with your gift to Safe Hands Rescue.